Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Akakadash. Shalom to the elders of Great Millstone for preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely as well too. I say shalom to the Akim out there. And this is a sit-down lesson that I want to bring out of this recent news article. It might not be major news though, but this is a news article that I want to bring out from the Associated Pressnews.com, published by Bashim Wakul and Kareem Shemhebel. If I pronounce his last name right. As of today, this was published. And keep this in mind too, while we have the ongoing escalations between the Turkish army and the Syrian army as well too. Because you know, Turkey look at this as a special military operation that been going on quite some time, especially with the recent airstrikes that Turkey been using against the YPG and the PKK, which is backed by the Kurdish army as well too. So keep that in mind as well too. That been going on and off in the Syrian region as well too. So I just want to add an additional note to that. But this is a news article says it says a Turkish drone strike kills 2 Kurdish local officials and their driver in North Syria, official says. It says a Turkish drone attack killed 2 Kurdish local officials and their driver in northeast Syria on Tuesday, in the latest such strike in the war-torn country, officials said as the talks of Syrian conflict began in Kazakhstan. The Kurdish-led authority in northeast Syria said Tuesday's strike hit a car near the town of Qamhashili, killing the co-chairperson of the town's council, Yashira Darwish, and her deputy, Leman Shawish, if I pronounce her name right, as well as the driver and the additional local officials, was also awarded in the attack. The attacks is the latest in a series of such strikes by Turkish military that have been targeting Kurdish officials and fighters in the northeast Syria for months. Turkey said the main Syrian Kurdish military is allies to the outlaw Kurdish groups and the Kurdistan Workers of the party PKK has led in the insurgents against Turkey since 1984, which has killed tens of thousands of people. And it says the authorities said in a statement that 4 was visiting the institute run by the Kurdish-led Autonomous Administration of North and East Syria, which they came under drone attack while the road outside of Qamlashili. Also Tuesday, a 2-day round of talks aimed at resolving the border of conflict in Syria opened in Kazakh capital Astana, among officials from Russia, Iran, Turkey, and Syria in attempts to reconcile between Syria and Turkey, which have troops in Syria and back oppositions and have been slow. The Syrian state media quoted Syrian Assistant Foreign Minister Aman Sharni saying that any active result that come out of the meeting should be based on Turkey agreeing to withdraw its troops from Syria with a clear timeline. The timeline follows an ongoing improvement relations between Syria and Arab countries that once backed opposition groups since the conflict began in March of 2011, which has killed 500,000 people and displaced half the country's prep-war population to 23 million. President Bashar Assad attended the Arab Summit in Saudi Arabia in May after Syrians' membership was reinstated 12 years after it was suspended. And it says the southeastern Syria, a U.S.-based organization, Syrian Emergency Task Force, announced Tuesday that the first aid delivery to a remote desert camp near the Jordan border, housing some 8,000 international displaced people since 2019 of September. And it says Damascus and Moscow blame U.S. troops stationed nearby for failing to provide a security for aid shipments. And in the Wolfband camps, allegations denied by Americans. Jordan closed the borders years ago over the security concerns. The humanitarian and advocacy group said the deliveries include seeds and arranged tools for residents sustaining themselves, as well as school supplies for over 1,000 children in the camps who have been provided education. The aid groups is preparing to send baby formula, perennial vitamins, school books, and food items in the coming weeks. So, this is just a news article that I wanted to bring out of this recent news article from the Associated Press News. As of today, this was published from the Associated Press News. As it says, Turkish drone strike kills 2 Kurdish officials in their drive in northern Syria, officials say. So with that, hopefully this lesson was edifying. I would like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Akarkadash. Shalom to the elders, Great Millstone, for preaching the word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered through 4 corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely as well too. And until next time, I will say shalom.